What's the deal, Neal?
And what is the deal with taxpayers having to pay for tens of thousands of these new illegals showing up at our doorstep, and a congresswoman who says she feels ashamed for our country? That is still not sitting well with a whole bunch of you, including Claire in New Rochelle, who writes, "My God, we do more for people who shouldn't be in this country than any other country." Incredible. Charlene emails, "Why is it every time you raise these questions about the cost of these illegals, you're branded as a racist when it comes to these illegals?" I don't know, Charlene, but it's a very good point, and it's a very stupid observation every time. That's the way the media treats the critics. And is it unfair for parents to get stuck with their daughter's college debt after she dies? It is the fact that if they co-sign for that debt, they're on the line for it, and they're finding out the hard way. Should there be another way? Tam via Yahoo, "It is cruel, but it is the law. When you co-sign a loan, that obligation is just as much yours as theirs, dead or alive." That's very true, Tam. Tim in Ohio, "Neal, you make the debt, you pay the debt. You can't afford the debt, don't create it. I have never reneged on a debt and never will. Something my mother told me many, many years ago." Love your show, brother. Roger in Michigan, "Someone needs to do more research on government-backed student loans. It's been a long standing that you need life insurance to pay it off if the student dies before paying it off, because there is no bankruptcy or forgiveness of that specific type of loan with a cosigner." True enough. Anita in Florida, "Mr. Cavuto, that's what I like about your show. You discuss issues like these and make us think through the ramifications of a law, or in this case, standard contract lending law. Good for you. Are you a lawyer, perchance?" No, I'm not, Anita, just a guy who reads prompter, which bothers Alex every time he hears me say that. It irks me to no end that you make what appears to be a very nice living reading words that someone else wrote off a prompter that some hard-working tech is running. You should be ashamed being such a lazy, clueless, flatulent jerk. Actually, I think I read the prompter quite well, Alex. Elaine in North Carolina, "You sound more like Ron Paul every year. If you run for president, maybe you should consider him for vice president." Cavuto, Paul, 2016. Well, be afraid, Elaine, be very afraid, because if Alex is right, I'd be at a loss every time, well, I'd veer off prompter. Then again, our president, White House occupant, seems to have that same issue, doesn't he? Just noticing. Then there's Sherry on when celebrities should offer their opinions. I said that everyone is free to express their views, so I don't really mind when Hollywood types do so. They should just prepare themselves for the possibility that some of their fans will get upset. It matters because people who are uninformed and too lazy to research the facts look to their favorite celeb or musician for ideas and are emboldened by whatever they say. Intelligent people know not to listen to them, but that's not who their audience is. Well, maybe so, Sherry, but I think people are more discerning than you think and could separate all this out. I just get very worried when we come down like a ton of bricks on any public figure who says anything that rubs us the wrong way. It happens to TV types, too, and I think it's a slippery slope. We live in a country, so I like to think we are all free to say dumb things as well. Larry disagrees. "Neal, who cares what celebrities and sports figures say? Most of them have no idea where Gaza or Israel are. They honestly couldn't find Palestine or Israel on the map." By the way, I would extend that to the Poconos and the Catskills. Next up, Sonia writes, "Neal, I've demanded your show, and it is not working. Will you come to North Carolina and go see the cable company with me? I'm on my way." Joker Jim tweets, "Neal, were you wearing pink lip gloss to match your tie on Friday?" No, I wasn't. So glad to see the important issues resonated. Frederick says, "Neal, you talk like a crazy person." That's because I am, Frederick. Any other issues still worth your blathering about? Jocelyn writes, "Neal, I could, well, smooch you, but I know you'd rather the cannoli." Well, a smooch and a cannoli would be ideal, Jocelyn. Finally, John writes, "Cavuto, why don't you run for an elected office? Because the country's not ready for me just yet." I'm kind of greasing the skids. That'll do it. Have a great night.